But then again, like I said before so many times already, that the bonus stars are randomizable this time around, so there's no need to explain about that again, so... Alright, Bowser Time event for the second time in Pyramid Park, and it's gonna be the souvenir picture. Again. I think the last time we did that souvenir picture was actually in Grand Canal, kind of think about it. So it looks like one of them is going to be one of those pots, and the other is going to be the camel, and another two, which are the citizens of the Egypt. So, and unfortunately Bowser ruins the picture, and jeez Louise, we're going to lose 20 coins. So after obtaining some of those coins from the minigames and coin changes for from the previous turn, somehow we lost them. Ah, that's pretty underwhelming, but we'll have to cope with it anyway, so... Although, I'm the only one got the most coins out of everyone. So... I guess there's nothing for me to worry about that, so... Daisy's not gonna have the ability to able to ride on a chain jump though, because, well, she doesn't have that much coins. And Boo's gonna place the Twister Orb Trap right next to the happening space, so... And in addition to that, 3 coins with no cheering fanfare or anything, and he lands on his own space. And meanwhile for me, I think I'm also able to crush Daisy and then steal her star. Kind of think about it. And yeah, I do apologize for the actual, the uploading schedule gets a bit of a hiccupy recently, because unfortunately though, that my laptop keeps lagging again, which it does manage to irritate the Christ out of me, but until at some point in the future, I'm really hoping I can able to get a new laptop at some point in the future. Although not now though, because I think my laptop is still stable as it is. But anyway, let's go and land on DK's base, because just to pay him a visit and stuff like that. And especially noticeable, I think I could potentially try to get either coins or a star, if depending on what specific DK type of minigame we're playing. Although I'm pretty sure we played every single multiplayer once, that's for sure, because ever since in Begonia Peak, that we actually managed to play every single of those Donkey Kong minigames for multiplayer category. But now we're going back to multiplayer again, so and this time we're going to be worth for double the amount of coins depending on how many bananas we'll get. And let's see what minigame are we replaying again, is Stump Change. So, yeah, that's self-explanatory for this point right here. And, I suppose another thing I should probably explain about this as well, that I managed to able to realize about the fact that I feel incredibly bad for America country right now, because unfortunately one of the actresses sadly passed away from the sake of the forms of a day before the new year, which is 2022. That will have to be by the forms of Betty White, and she was almost 100 years old until by that time, until well, this month in particular, in January, I think it's to be more specifically on the 17th, that it was literally so close to able to get to 100 years old, but unfortunately though, she passed away just recently, which I felt so sorry about. Especially noticeable about the fact that, wow, she was almost 100. Oh jeez, I'm so sorry for that point. And as you can see, I've got 22 coins, which is pretty much almost the exact number. Well, mind you, there wasn't any 20 right next to it though, so in this case we got 22 coins, so... But I digress. So it looks like Yoshi's not gonna take a ride on that chain jump for some reason, although I might guess it's the fact that most of these computer players always attempt to select no, because obviously they really want to save it up until when, you know, someone else gets involved with that particular chain jump squashable kind of stuff. I can see what they're going for here, so... Alright, take me on. I think we've already played this before, so I think the last time we played this minigame was actually in Begonia Peak, I'm pretty sure. So, but then again though, it has been about a week ago since I actually last played this minigame, so... Because, you know, uploading schedules is always going to be weekends and stuff like that, so that's to be expected by this point. Alright, so just gonna have to be able to jump over those electrical stuff there. And I believe Daisy's out. And I somehow win. Whew! That was too close. Especially noticeable, I really don't want to able to not only lose the minigame, but I don't want to get a tie with everyone. Or anything else like that. I have no idea. But anyway, I suppose today is the fact that today's date is the 16th of January today. In this case, in 2022 today. So I get the feeling that tomorrow, that for those of you who lived in the UK, that Mario Party Island Tour for the 3DS has been out for about 8 years now for the sake of the UK version. So, yeah, it seems kind of shocking and especially noticeable, you know, time flies. Even especially noticeable until when it gets to the point until 2 months' time that Mario Party 9 will be, well, a decade old. So, in fact, whenever I look back on Mario Party 9 just recently, then I found out that a lot of people seem to have a lot of mixed reactions to Mario Party 9 compared to the classic old days from Mario Party 1 all the way up to Mario Party 8, in addition to Mario Party DS as well, including the forms of the newer released Mario Party Superstars for that matter, and then same applies to Super Mario Party as well, back in 2018, to able to notice they, you know, still not a big fan of the car mechanic, which is definitely true, so... Anyway, so I've got the Super Shroom Orb, so just in case I can able to get some good dice rolls here and there. Although, mind you, something's worth mentioning is the fact that much like in, actually kind of thinking about it, I'll explain more details about this on the next turn, because we have another mic minigame, so let's see what really happens here. Ah, darn it, we have the worst minigame ever in Mario Party 7, at least in my opinion. Balloon Busters. Say bigger into the mic to inflate the giant balloon, and stop to stop. If the person after you pops the balloon, you win. So basically you have to say specifically 2 words. Bigger or stop. So I think you say bigger for about 5 times until you're able to take a break or anything like that. So, and I think this minigame does make a comeback from the likes of Mario Party the Top 100. So, because you know, it was on the 3DS, so obviously they'll obviously include the mic minigame here and there, because obviously the 3DS does have a mic, unlike the Nintendo Switch doesn't have the mic onto the system, unlike certain accessories. Bigger. 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 And bigger. Oh, that was definitely a close one. The reason why I say this minigame is quite literally my least favorite minigame on Mario Party 7, just because of how the fact that not only because it's unoriginal, it's not even here because it's not luck-based, or it's essentially luck-based. Actually, I'll get that in a second. Bigger. Bigger. Stop. Oh, good lord. Sometimes it's all about just, you know, whoever, depending on the forms of how much blows they have for the balloon, and most of the time though, it just feels kind of pointless to me. Alright, so it's my go now. Bigger. Stop. Alright, I think I should do it. I'm hoping I can win this though, although if not, then I just have no words to think about it. So anyway, yeah, we all lost. Ah, screw that minigame. But anyway, because the reason why I do not like Balloon Busters in this particular minigame right here is because not only because it was unoriginal, and it's not even there because it's not even another reason why because it's luck based. It's not even that because of the dumb idea for a mic minigame. It was there because of the forms of not only of someone who pops the balloon, not only does they get themselves out of the game, but also 2 other players in the back. So, yeah, that's why I hate that minigame so much. No way! Daisy got lucky 7s! 3 lucky 7s on that Super Shroom Orb! Oh, man, she was very lucky right there. And she gets 50 coins on top of that, too. But it wasn't until when we get to Mario Party 8 that it will actually give us a little bit different, and that is the fact that you get 100 coins out of it, so... And unfortunately, Daisy got a really rough 2 dice block rolls for running a chain jump. But wow. That was like 2 strange things I've ever encountered in this board playthrough. Well, to be more specifically in Pyramid Park, but it knows what it is. So anyway, because relatively speaking, it's just the fact that if the 3 of us gets involved with the whole lineup for, you know, trying to able to extend the balloon, that if the balloon pops out and basically all 3 players gets knocked out, and that particular gate thing is so important for able to win that particular minigame, that's only the reason being for that is because, well, relatively speaking, if you've been protected by the forms of that particular gate, then you win a minigame. So, yeah, it's quite easily the lamest Mike minigame, to me anyway. And it's also my least favorite minigame in terms of Mario Party 7, just because, although concept-wise, it is kind of similar to Balloon of Doom from Mario Party 4, but except the fact that rather than just using the controller, although you can use the controller if you wanted to as a mic, but, even though relatively speaking, it feels kind of a bit random, and also that's some other issues I mentioned earlier. Although I'm very glad that minigame does technically fix from the likes of the top 100 version, because at least in that game, managed to able to let one of the players get knocked out if the balloon pops if the player is in front of it, so rather than the other 3 players get knocked out, so at least that's that at the very least, so. But aside from that, yeah, I'm not a big fan of Balloon Busters. It's quite lame, honestly. Alright, Love Bomber again, but this time I'm be back on a team of 3, I think. So, while trying to dodge not only bombs, but also some spikes too. But hopefully though, and it looks like Yoshi got screwed right there. So, yeah, I guess that's pretty much as far as I can try to describe it, especially noticeable about the fact that we still haven't heard any single infos yet for the sake of Sonic Origins already, for the sake of the forms of, I don't know what platforms they go for the sake of the forms of Sonic Origins collection. I was really hoping that would be on the Switch, because I can at very least able to actually enjoy myself for playing Sonic CD on the go, and especially noticeable with Sonic 3 and Knuckles also on the go as well, just like back in the day in 2010 when you were able to manage to pick up Sonic Classic Collection for the Nintendo DS. At least in that game you can able to actually experience every single 2D Sonic games on the go, except Sonic CD for some reason. But at the very least, you can able to experience Sonic the Hedgehog 3 and Knuckles on the DS hardware, so at least that's that. Despite the fact that the emulation is a bit weird, mainly due to the very weird screen scrolling for the sake of the beginning portion of the level, and at the very end of the level, so, and also the actual Super Sneakers, or the Speed Up Shoes, music gets a bit of a weird music jingle, which I have no idea why I'm saying for this right about now, because I know it has been a very long time since I actually last played Sonic Classic Collection on the DS, so yeah, I guess that begs the question for that. Alright, so meanwhile, that Daisy managed able to steal a star from me, but that's okay, because I'm still at 10 stars so far, so. Because yeah, relatively speaking, with the forms of the running star comes into play, the chain jumps for the dice rolls does not count at all, so it only counts if you move individually on the ground, so to be more specifically with those dice rolls combined, so. Alright, Mini Bowser time event, so which one is it going to be? Oh, switch positions, so I might be alright with this, assuming if I don't get screwed over by getting behind the actual chain jump house like this one. Oh, I somehow managed to get into the other side of the board. Okay, thanks. I appreciate it. So at least that's something it's going for the sake of time. So, Yoshi gets a 4. And he's still not gonna pay either 10 or 20 coins for that particular chain jump ride itself. But oh well, no big deal. Another 4-player game. Yes, we are playing another 4-player game. And... oh, close! So close to able to play Cartwheels, because that was the only one we have not played yet. Along with the other two as well. But at least we can able to do Pokey Pamel again. And by the way, for those of you probably wondering, yes, that is my current new record I actually got recently. Just because I did manage to play this game on my own time, just for, you know, trying to get a lot of practices on certain online matches for Mario Party Superstars, that's for sure. And speaking of such, another new record! On the exact same minigame too. Wow, I'm a great button masher. I'm a king of the button mashers. Well, for some exceptions for certain minigames, that's for sure, like, button mashers in Mario Party 5. Oh jeez, why the heck? This was such a good idea for a dual minigame. I just don't get it. Alright, Daisy gets a 1, and... darn it, another mini Bowser event. Please don't mess me up, please. Oh no. Coin swapping. Please don't be me. I hate you. There goes my 66 coins, and try to switch over to 42 coins, which I guess it's not too bad. It doesn't feel quite painful for me, because obviously I'm still in a massive star lead at the moment, so... Alright, Boo's not gonna use his magic orb yet, but he will do at some point. So, I don't think we've actually seen the magic orb in action, so hopefully we'll see that. Assuming if he decides to use that on the next turn. Alright, so it looks like he gets 3 and 5, makes 8. I suppose I should probably point things out as well, that I suppose I should probably mention about this, or I'm gonna say this again anyway, that apparently this game came out in, specifically in the UK version, came out in 2006. Well, at least to be more specifically, UK or Europe, for the likes of Mario Party 7 came out in 2006, which also came out during the exact same year as when Flushed Away came around. Like, you know, because that particular film is now, you know, 15 years old recently, since 2006, so... it's this event again. But thankfully, there's my payback. So, give you some of my coins back. To be more specifically, 66. Thanks. Alright. Now I got that out of the way. Alright, what's Yoshi gonna do? He's probably gonna place his Twister Orb right in front of the Chain Chomp house. And he gets 4 additional coins as well. And he gets an 8. I gotta say, I really like the music in this board though, especially noticeable it's almost like a Egyptian vibe to it, which just does look pretty cool and all that stuff. But hey, 10 and 3 makes 13. So will he able to actually get some more stars out of it? Well, I think suffice to say, is he gonna go for it? Oh, just 1 space away from the likes of Daisy by 1 space. But hopefully, Yoshi, you get another chance eventually. Alright, another minigame coming up, and it's once again the battle minigame again. Ah, jeez, that's the 3rd time this has been triggered, and... oh, what?! 30 coins?! Oh my goodness gracious me, what is going on with this game? But it's unlike in Mario Party 4, I believe, and Mario Party 5, oh no, Mario Party 6 exponentially, that thankfully we're not actually at the 50 coins mark, because, good lord, that is quite too much. But at least we're doing Monty's Revenge, as you can see here. So, hopefully, I should be able to actually just get even more coins if I will somehow win. So, yeah, I suppose that's pretty much as far as I can say about this, honestly, so... Alright, it's gonna have to keep on hiding those holes there, and then, just trying to able to be more strategic about it. Even though it can be pretty tricky at times though, but, honestly, I have no issues from this minigame right here. Finish! But anyway, we somehow still win. And I somehow reached it for about 20 seconds. So, yeah, that seems like a pretty good time right there. Even especially noticeable whenever we get into those familiar minigame modes, until in the future anyway. Well, I was expecting it until maybe at some point on February sometime, but it might be a bit hard to able to questioning that just yet though, so. Alright, another Bowser Time event for the third time in Pyramid Park, so do we get something different? Oh no, it's gonna be the same one as the previous one, isn't it? Yep. Ah, there goes my star again. And I believe another one of those Bowser Time events is going to be involved around, much like the forms of Begonia Peak, that it actually did manage to able to destroy those bridges. However though, unlike in Begonia Peak, it actually did manage to destroy, I think I would say 2 bridges to be more specifically, but only used a tornado in order to able to break 2 bridges to be exact. So, in addition to that though, the item shop is nowhere to be found either, so, well, at least to be more specifically, the item shop will also be destroyed as well, but you have to wait for a certain amount of turns in order to able to make those bridges fixed, so. I think that's as far as I can describe about the forms of other Bowser Time events on this board in particular, so. Alright, so Daisy gets the Spiny Orb, so nothing predictably that special from there. Well, at least it might be, excuse me, at least it might be good on some situations, but still. Alright, Boo's gonna use the Magic Orb, and since he got his 6th, and then he uses the Magic Wand to double that into 12. So, that might be pretty useful though, especially noticeable if you really want to get yourselves a good dice roll, and if you really want to get, I would say this is the best recommendation, if you really want to go after the Running Star, then you can probably desperately want to able to get that star so badly, so. Yeah, it seems like a good item to have. And I think it also helps you out throughout the board. That, well, I'll point it out whenever we get into the next turn, so. Because it feels like I've almost at the red chain jump house at this point, so. Alright, Yoshi gets a 5, so. And Yoshi gets the Piranha Plant Orb. And once again, another 4-player game. Oh, fun run, fun run, fun run. Ah, dang it. I was close. Oh well, better luck next time, I suppose. But hopefully there might be some other new minigames we can definitely try out at some point. But we're doing Bubble Bro again. So, I think last time on this minigame I somehow win this last time. So, let's see if I can win this again. Oh, what the? Oh, you didn't give me any time to react. Screw that minigame sometimes. Especially noticeable that sometimes I have no reaction to that. Oh well, we'll let Boo win on that one. Which it doesn't matter to me though, because he was in 3rd place at the moment. Or, on second thought, he's now in 2nd place. Alright, fair enough. Fair play. Alright, last 4-turn event again, so let's see what event is it going to be this time. But first of all, positions. Yoshi was in 4th, Daisy was in 3rd, Boo was in 2nd, and I am number 1, of course, so far. So, yeah, I believe there's actually an exclusive event on this particular board right here, that it might actually be something to do with the forms of chain jumps or something like that, but let's just see. And look at that, we actually did manage to get the event, which basically the price counting for, or the price amount if you decide to ride on the chain jump is now being halved, so it's like 50% off. So yeah, I guess that's a pretty cool event to have, especially now the price tag has changed, so likely changed to 10 to 5, and then basically it usually happens on every single chain jump houses, except, well, I think relatively speaking it's just the fact that it's just in every single like chain jump houses now usually cost about 5 coins in order able to make things a little bit more cheaper for you. But of course if you really want to use the 2 dice thing, actually I'll get some on that in a second, because Boo is actually using the magic thingy again. And is he gonna buy something? Yes he is. Buy 10 coins, and he purchased the Piranha Plant Orb. Oh, wait a second, the Magic Orb is also useful because you can able to bypass these specific item traps too. So that's actually pretty cool. So anyways, Boo gets a 6 and a 3, so that makes 9. So, I think he's probably gonna get the star from Mini Bowser, so yeah. There goes my star, thanks to phones to that Bowser time event, so darn that. So, yeah, anyway, and in order to actually get the two dice blocks for that part, it's now 10 coins to buy, so yeah, instead of 20 coins, so yeah, I guess that's pretty much as far as I can say about it here. Alright, so I lame 2, but on the other hand, let's go for a duel minigame. Because, after all, we haven't played that much of duel minigames by that point, so... And this time I'm gonna duel against with Boo right here, because he was currently now in 2nd place, so... Bring it, Boo! Bring it. And let's see what minigame are we playing next. Apes of Wrath. Oh, an interesting minigame, I see. Delicious apples. Oh no, you stole them from the monkeys. Run! Run for your life! And that's all you have to do, is avoid these Yukikis. The longer you run, the more monkeys will appear. Stupid monkeys. Oh man, some of these descriptions on advice or rules for this minigame are something else, or something to behold. Yep, it looks like we have to run away from those Yukikis here, so... And somehow Boo is an idiot because he turns back. Because whenever I manage to play this minigame on my own time, I manage to set the computer player on hard or brutal difficulty. There are a few times that my computer AI just goes like a complete moron by able to actually get a massive turn back and then somehow got surrounded by the monkeys, or Yukikis for that matter, so yeah, it seems kind of odd and a bit weird programming design when it comes to AI sometimes. But unfortunately I didn't get anything as soon as I managed to win the minigame quicker, so oh well, no big deal. Alright, Yoshi gets a 10. And he goes up there, and then, is he gonna take a ride? Nope, because he's probably gonna need, actually gotta think about it. Oh no, I don't think he can able to get into that Chain Chomp house over there, because unfortunately he lands on the red space. Alright, 1 versus 3 minigame again, so let's see what minigame are we playing next. Flash Fright. Okay, seems like an interesting minigame to try out. One player tries to shine a flashlight on the other 3, while they attempt to run and hide. So, yeah, basically the team of 3 needs to run away from the actual flashlight, and then the team of 1 needs to find all 3 players. I think this minigame does remind me of the forms of one of those minigames in Mario Party DS, except the fact that the biggest difference is this time is that we're playing this on the actual GameCube system, as opposed to the DS system, so... Ah, darn it, I think the strategy didn't work. Like, we were gonna split up, but because we almost got cornered right there, so... Ah, oh well. I believe the team of 1 does have a good advantage right there, because it's kind of unfair sometimes for the team of 3, because most of the time it's incredibly unbalanced with the speed, so I guess it makes it, I don't know, it might be hard to explain, because I haven't been on that minigame for some time. But oh well, last 3 turns, or 3 turns left as what's shown here. And Daisy's gonna get blown again, so, and this time she's gonna be placed right next to the red Chain Chomp house. And sure enough, she'll pay 5 coins for the 3 dice block. So, 6, 6, and 4. Almost like 626 reference, for the sake of Lilo and Stitch. In fact, relatively speaking, for that film, for this year, that particular film will be 20 years old. Along with Treasure Planet as well, But despite the fact that Treasure Planet didn't do so well for the box office, at least from what I've heard anyway, so... And somehow Daisy got not 1, but 2 players, so in this case there she now got 2 stars, so... I might try to able to actually get at least one of the players to able to actually get some of my stars back, at least I'm hoping so anyway. Alright, so let's see what Boo's gonna do. He gets a 2, and he lands on the blue space. Nothing more I can say about it. Alright, so at least I got the 5, so I think I might be alright with that. And yes, I'll pay just literally 5 coins for the 3 dice block. 8, 4, and 3. What did that make? 15. Will that be enough, I think? I don't know. I'm also able to find out and see what happens as soon as I'm gonna make my way from up here, I suppose. Well, at least I got Yoshi here. And I get a feeling... Oh, I just missed Daisy and Boo as well. But at least on the other hand, I can able to do another duel minigame here and there. So, we'll try to accept that. Alright, so this time I'm gonna duel against with Daisy because she was in 2nd at this rate. At least I'm hoping I can get something rewarding if I somehow manage to win the actual minigame like this. Oh, so close to play either those 2 minigames. Hip hop, drop, or wait for it. But we're going back to mad props again, so... But yeah, still that minigame can be a bit tough at times, especially noticeable when the controls can be sometimes feels a bit too finicky for my taste. But that's probably just me anyway, so at least I'll give my best shot by able to actually just, you know, try to make it for this point. Oh yeah, someone said in the comments earlier, for the sake of in my beginning portion of this Let's Play of Mario Party 7, that apparently that Sonic Heroes game originally came out in 2003 in Japan. That game is now 18 years old, and he was saying about the fact that one of the most iconic Sonic games ever, which I will say it is very iconic for some extent, but I have to admit though right away, it is a bit repetitive at points, especially noticeable you have to go through, well, 4 playthroughs in order able to not only just for 4 playthroughs, but also get all 7 Chaos Emeralds in order able to actually access the final story. So, yeah, that's a bit of a problem. Oh, are you kidding me? I didn't get any rewards whatsoever. Nah, whatever. Bear with me for that part. Alright, so it looks like Yoshi's gonna toss the Chemic Orb somewhere right next to his another character space. And he gets 4 coins out of it. And I'm guessing that he'll able to get his star back from me, because obviously that he now currently got none of his stars at all, so actually not only does he able to get me, but also maybe Daisy, or even Boo for that matter. So he might able to guaranteed able to boost himself up by able to actually get some of the stars back. Yeah, he managed to get all 3 of us. So, how clever is he? So, and I think he doesn't get involved with that particular trap item because, well, after getting off that chain jump, well, much like in Mario Party 6, that basically you don't get affected on that particular trap orb, as you can see. So, yeah, I guess it's that. Once again, this is the 4th time playing the forms of that battle mini game on this one particular board. Oh my god, what is going on? Hi. Okay, so let's see what minigame we're playing this time. No matter what, let's go for Hilly Popper again. I was gonna able to go for the final countdown. Oh wait, that's not the right thing to say things. The final countdown. Seriously, I just still really love that music. Or, I love that song actually, so because it gets the feeling about the fact that you're up for the final task of anything, so... But anyway, let's just go ahead and pop some more balloons while riding on the helicopter, so... Anyway, I suppose another thing I should probably explain about this as well, that, I think relatively speaking about the fact that another thing I want to discuss upon, that I, actually can't think about it. Honestly have no words to talk about because, well, I've already mentioned about, quite a few things here and there, but aside from that, that's pretty much as far as I can say about it. Oh, I suppose another thing I should probably explain about this, actually, that I don't suppose that not only does Sonic never actually mention about from the likes of Sonic Colors Ultimate Let's Play, in addition when Maxi also has not mentioned about that either from the likes of the Super Mario 3D All-Stars Let's Play. Apparently though, that one of the interviewers saying about the fact that, well, relatively speaking, originally, that Sonic Frontiers was supposed to be able to be released on 2021, around the same year as when Sonic Colors Ultimate came around, likely for the fact that for the marks the 30th anniversary of Sonic the Hedgehog. Well, just to keep that in mind, the reason why they have to delay the game until this year in 2022, just to be able to improve the quality, because, well, because back in the forms of 2017, that, whenever when Sonic Forces came out, then, a lot of people seem to have a lot of mixed reactions to it. Well, I haven't exactly heard about anything about that specific details, because it has been a long while since I actually did manage to play Sonic Forces on any system, so I might be some consumption to that. And of course I'm gonna go to the other side of the map, so I might be alright with this. Especially noticeable, I just want to be safe not to get smashed by the chain charms for either Yoshi or Boo, so I'm alright with this. And I think this might actually be, I could possibly get myself the Action Star, kind of thinking about it, if that will pop up. So, looks like Yoshi's not gonna use his, the Chain Chomp ride, so I guess that's fair enough for him. Because again, he really wants to save it up when someone else gets involved with that particular path. Alright, 2 vs 2 minigame, we have Battery Ram. I'm not a big fan of this one. Especially noticeable about the fact that I'll explain more now in a second. So, help your partner carry the battery through the blocks. This one takes patience. So, yeah, once again, we're gonna have to cooperate each other with it. And I think this is the worst example about the fact that with so many team-based minigames in Mario Party 7, I feel like that of all the Mario Party games, I feel like that Mario Party 7, like I said, has some of the worst team minigames like this one. Mainly because your computer AI can sometimes barely does anything, and as a result though, you can either get stuck, or even in some cases your computer player is an absolute jerk for the sake of the forms of trying to able to cooperate between other players and everything. So like, for instance, on that section, if you think you're about to be able to move forward while the other player refuses to move, and as a result though, it just feels a bit meh. So, yeah, I'm not a big fan of Battery Ram, honestly. It just feels kind of like some of the worst team-based minigames like this, along with Sphere Factor, which, as a result though, that's how I wasn't exactly have some strong feelings with those 2 minigames, so. But at least I still managed to win though, regardless of such, but still, if you're trying to cope with the computer AI, then good luck. Especially noticeable on weaker difficulty, or harder difficulty, or even brutal difficulty as a matter of fact, so. Alright, final turn on Pyramid Park before we move on to the next board on next week, so. Alright, looks like Daisy's gonna duel against with someone, and she's not gonna duel against with me, but Boo. Oh man, why is computer players always chooses the ones when someone else is in 4th rather than on 1st, like me? But oh well. Wait for it. I guess it's a new minigame we're about to be seeing, despite the fact that unfortunately I can't read the instructions because, well, I think it's pretty obvious because the computer players always seems to want to able to just jump right in. Alright, who's gonna win then? Either Daisy or Boo. So we'll just suppose we'll find out. I believe the objective in this minigame is pretty simple. It's the fact that you have to able to get these balls off of your sides, the lesser amount, and then if you manage to able to if you Like, for instance, I believe Boo somehow loses because he got more balls on his side, so because of that, you have to get your lesser amount of balls on your side in order to win. So, at least if I recall that correctly. And Daisy's gonna steal only 2 coins, so it's a bit pitiful of any sorts, but it knows what it is. So it feels like that Boo is actually having a rough time at the moment, especially noticeable after dealing with a lot of bad rolls, and especially noticeable with how the fact that, although he did manage to have some good rolls technically when it comes to using Magic Orb and stuff like that, but aside from that though, he's having a really rough time. Alright, so I'm gonna end off with just a crap one. I was hoping I can get more movements from that, but oh well, not the end of the world, honestly. And Yoshi's gonna use his Egg Orb for the last turn, and somehow we didn't see the actual the Egg Orb in action, although what it does is basically just gives rid of the forms of the Orb spaces, or even in some cases Orb traps, so 7 and 4 makes 11, so at least it's like a decent roll for Yoshi. And I get the feeling that he's probably not going to get anyone, so yep, all the way back to the start. Alright, time for the final minigame in terms of Pyramid Park, so and once again we go on to 2 versus 2 minigame again, so Bumper Crop. Ah, you gotta be kidding me, we're going for that again? Sphere Factor again. I think this is the 3rd time we are playing this minigame throughout the whole entire Let's Play so far. But, let's just see what happens this time around. I think we're able to get that particular thing again, so now, I suppose another thing I should probably explain about this as well, that, I think, relatively speaking, I think that, actually, no matter what, though, that's as far as I can try to describe about the forms of today's discussion, because, well, it's just the fact that I do definitely know that the reason why Sonic Frontiers is going to release on 2022, which is this year, not so much in 2021, because they need to have a lot of work of time for able to try to improve the quality of the game, because if they do it on the wrong amount of time, then they'll make it incredibly flopped when it comes to likely making games a bit rushed. Like, for instance, on the likes of, take it for example, Sonic 06, that it did manage to came out in 2006, but of course that Sega just managed to reach its deadline and managed to able to actually release the game really early, rather than just trying to able to, like, you know, trying to able to improve the game, like fixing glitches or fixing some of the actual polishing stuff, but it's just the actual convenience about the fact that they need to take a lot of time to work with for, you know what I mean, making games and making improvement quality of them. But that's how it goes, basically. Alright, final results. For the sake of Pyramid Park, I've got the most stars. So I don't think it doesn't matter to me too much when it comes to not getting any single bonus stars, I don't think, because, well, anyone else is not going to catch up to me, so that might be seems fair enough for me. So here's the bonus stars. We have the Orb Star, Action Star, and Shopping Star. So I think I would classify for getting the Action Star, but I'm guessing I don't know who's gonna get the Orb Star though, because I wasn't paying attention to the forms of someone that's using so many orbs. Although, mind you, I didn't use that much of it though, so oh, Boo and Yoshi somehow both got the Orb Star. Okay, interesting. And Action Star, that will be me, because the good thing I did manage to land on that other happening space, or the action space, from the likes of the 19th turn, so yeah, that seems cool for me. And lastly, we have the Shopping Star. I'm thinking Boo's gonna get this, because after all, he spent not only 5 coins, but another 10 coins from the likes of purchasing that Piranha Plant Orb, so I was right all along. So of course that no one else is gonna catch up to me, like I said, so I am the winner in terms of Pyramid Park, which is kind of a good thing, despite I'm not a big fan of Pyramid Park as a board itself, but for I've accomplished it for a glorious victory, I somehow managed to claim my victory. So I think so far I've managed to win 3 boards so far out of 6 so far. And naturally speaking, we're now onto the halfway point in terms of the actual main boards in Mario Party 7. So yeah, I've now gone back up to 10 stars again. So anyways, let's have a look right here. If the minigame star comes into play, obviously I'll win that. And the shopping star, yeah, Boo managed to got that. And the Orb Star, Boo and Yoshi got that. And jeez, okay, so yeah, I was definitely right all along. I think Boo might get his chance to able to get the running star if the running star comes into play. Like, look at that right there. That between both Boo and Yoshi for the running star, it was really awfully close. Like, I know for the fact that Boo somehow managed to got 8 more than Yoshi was. Even though, mind you, I've moved lesser amounts because, yeah, chain jumps, like I said, does not count at all. So, and blue space, me and Yoshi, oh actually Boo and Yoshi somehow land on the most blue spaces. And Daisy lands on the most red spaces. And, well, I somehow landed on 4 of those action spaces. And we've landed on quite a few dual spaces there. And 2 mic spaces and all the other stuff. So, yeah, I guess suffice to say is the fact that we'll go ahead and end things off at this point right here. So join me next time for more of Let's Play of Mario Party 7. That is the fact that we'll move on to the 4th board in Mario Party 7. This one appears to be Neon Heights. So this should be exciting. So I'll see you guys on next weekend. Later, fellas.